Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie fan, I'm here. Yeah, hope you guys had an awesome 4th weekend. Mine was awesome. So, yeah, hope your guys are the same. Let's jump right into it. Not a lot. I am tired as shit. Like, 'cause I got off, like, ridiculously early. Like, Friday. So, I had practically 4 days off. And I had to go back to work today. My body wasn't ready for it. It's ridiculous. So, I'm not gonna lie. I'm dragging this a little bit ass. So, get back to business as usual. It is the Tuesday top 3. And last time I asked you guys, what was your top 3 favorite horror films that begin with the letter R? Got some responses here. Brett Fitzgerald said, at number 3, Return to the House on Haunted Hill. I didn't get to see that one. Loved the first one. Or you know what I mean, I guess the remake, but the first one, the one you're talking about. And I thought it was really good, and always meant to get around to watch Return to the House on Haunted Hill, and just have not yet, but at some point I will get around to it. Number 2, The Reaping. It's kind of an odd story about that one. I haven't seen it either. I'm a poser. I'm a horror poser. But the theater I worked at, we were supposed to get it, and they kept like pushing it back and delaying it for whatever reason. And we just never got it. But it was on our list for like ever. And we were supposed to get it, and we never did. And number 1, which was on my list, The Ring. I love that movie. So thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Mighty Mega Man. Mighty Mega Man 9 hit me up and said, number 3, Return of the Living Dead. Classic. Number 2, Return to Sleepaway Camp. And haven't seen that. I've only seen the first Sleepaway Camp. That's the only one I've seen. I need to get caught up on the others. And number 1, which was so close to being on my list. If I would have done top 5, it would have easily made my list. And that would be The Reanimators. So thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Mr. Dogtown Man said, at number 3, Resident Evil. Which is also on my list, because I love that movie. Number 2, Return of the Living Dead. And number 1, Return of the Living Dead 2. So, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. 13th Wolfman said, number 3, Return of the Living Dead. Number 2, which is also on my list, Rosemary's Baby. And number 1, Reanimator. And finally, Random Ross threw in there at number 3, The Roommate. Which I did see that. I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't huge on it. It wasn't really one of my faves. But I did see it. I liked it. Or I didn't like it. Sorry, I wasn't huge on it. But I did see it. So, number 2, The Relic. Want to see it. Just never got around to it. And number 1. And this is actually my favorite from the Hannibal Lecter series. Which I know everybody is more partial to Silence of the Lambs. But this is my favorite, Red Dragon. So, thank you, my man. Appreciate it. So now, this week, I'm thinking, like, what am I going to do? Because both of my movies that I'm reviewing this week, or Friday, they're cannibal films. I just did a cannibal top 3 like last time. It's ridiculous. So I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do now? And then I realized there's a little element. There's a little element of this in one of my movies coming up. And I was like, you know what? Let's do that. Top 3 films with a cult in them. That's right, a cult. Group of people following their leader, worshipping some kind of higher power, a cult. For me, top 3 cult films, if you will. Or film, I'm going to have to rephrase it, movies with a cult in them, because if you say cult films, everybody's just going to throw in, like, Return to Killer Tomatoes or some shit. So, movies that have cults in them. For me, I'd say number 3 easily would have to be Children of the Corn. Fucking kids. Worshipping he who walks behind the rose. Fucking kids are creepy. Kids are creepy. I'd say number 2. This is all. So I got like 3 or 4 of them written down. I'm trying to narrow it down. I'll make this one my number 2. My number 2, The Sacrament. I watched that. I want to say it came out last year or maybe the year before. And dude, I just found that highly disturbing. Like, I don't know what it was about that, but man, I watched that, I'm like, son of a bitch. Brutal. Just fucking brutal. But I really liked it, really dug it, big fan. And my number 1, Helter Skelter. The old Charles Manson TV movie from like the 70s. Yeah, fucking love that. So guys, tell me, what are your top 3 films that have a cult in them? Guys, you know what to do. You can do the video response. Leave that shit down below. Facebook, Twitter. I'm so easy to get along with. It's ridiculous. You can do whatever you want. So that's all I got, guys. Until next time, I'm out of here.